Hi, Mr. Taimur Malik. It's wonderful to have you on board with us today. Today, we shall have a deeper insight into the life of a prodigy with achievements pertaining to a global level, one who has contributed immensely into the world of finance. So, Mr. Malik, let's get right into it. Mr. Malik, walk the community through who you are and your journey to becoming a partner at Clyde Co.
Assalamu alaikum. It's a pleasure to be on this podcast through the Park Launch platform. In terms of the journey, what I would like to say is that my journey started from Pakistan. I was educated in Pakistan, and then I did my university degree from England, and then I started practicing law in Pakistan. I had a first degree in business information systems, and I was a founder of a tech company or a startup at a very early age during my university days. I have a very close relationship with entrepreneurship and the technology sector in particular in Pakistan. Then I went back to UK to do my bar at law and some other postgrad courses, and then started working in Pakistan. In 2008, I ended up in the Middle East and have been practicing between the Middle East and Pakistan since then. And now, currently, as a partner at an international law firm, as you mentioned. I've been very fortunate to have worked with the startup and technology ecosystems, not just in Pakistan, but in the Middle East region as well. And to have contributed to many of the success stories in the region from a legal point of view and strategic input point of view. And that is the kind of knowledge, know-how, and expertise that I wish to share with fellow Pakistanis, whether they are founders, investors, or generally involved in the ecosystem in one way or the other.
Mr. Malik, I think it would be an understatement to say that you've achieved great lengths in terms of success. Your efforts around the globe, from the likes of Africa, Asia, and the Middle East, are commendable, no doubt. All this greatness must hold some value to you, of course. Talk us through your success and how you feel looking back at all the success that you've had, that you've accomplished.
One is always learning. So, despite having the highest degrees in law, I opted to study the general management program at Cambridge and then eventually did an MBA from the University of Oxford. And the reason I'm sharing this is that learning never stops.
It definitely.
So, and you learn also with the people that you work with. I learned from startup founders. Some of them are the most brilliant people that you will ever meet, including startup founders from Pakistan. You learn from the investors that you're representing, and all of that makes you who you are. So I think that's the great thing about a community like Park Launch as well. It's bringing people together who can all contribute to each other's growth and learning. And I think the contribution that one can talk about is the contribution to helping startups from Pakistan scale, not just in Pakistan but regionally as well. Startups in Middle East or Africa scale to global levels. So those are the kind of things that you feel that now the learning need to be applied to the new wave of tech startups in Pakistan.
Definitely.
And help them achieve global heights, inshallah.
Mr. Malik, you've been talking about Pakistan. There seems to be a lot of talent that is emerging from Pakistan lately. With Park Launch, as you mentioned, ready to offer a glorious platform to bridge the gap between startups and investors. What are your expectations of the upcoming Unconference 23 in January in Dubai? And do you think there is ample opportunity for growth in the Pakistani tech industry?
My expectations from the Park Launch Unconference, which will be held, I think, on the 25th and 26th of
Yes,
January in Dubai, is that it'll be a platform and a forum for people, like-minded people, but with diverse skill sets, to interact with each other, to learn from each other, and hopefully explore opportunities of mutual growth and collaboration. That's my expectation. It's not going to be a typical conference where there are hundreds or thousands of people attending the conference and there's no meaningful interaction. It's a small enough group of people that will be gathering in Dubai over 2 days at least to get to know each other more, to know each other's strengths as well as opportunities where one can contribute. So in that sense, it's a unique unconference event that's going to be held in Dubai. I'm really looking forward to it.
And as for you thinking, do you think there's ample opportunity for growth in the Pakistani tech industry?
Pakistani tech industry is only scratching the surface at the moment. So the tech industry is not just the technology startups, it's the technology companies in Pakistan servicing not just the Pakistani industry, but providing SaaS or IoT or other blockchain and AI, AR type solutions to global clients, global
Yep.
markets. There's a lot of scope for growth there. There's no reason why Pakistan's technology and IT industry overall cannot be 10 times of what it is today. Therefore, the answer is absolutely there's a lot of opportunity for growth.
That's wonderful, Mr. Malik. As a very prominent figure in the industry, is there, a word of advice that, or maybe a suggestion that you would like to give to the emerging startups looking forward to, being recognized at the unconference? We're looking for anything, that may help them stay on track and hopefully end up successful.
My suggestion as a lawyer would be that don't just focus on the idea.
Definitely.
A lot of people have different ideas. Whatever you're thinking, somebody may have thought of some iteration of that idea already and even tried to implement it. The key is in execution, but from a legal perspective, it's also in the documentation. Make sure that your paperwork is up to date, it's complete, you have a proper understanding of the legal and regulatory framework which governs the sector in which you're operating, and just be ready for due diligence by future investors, collaborators, partners, and so on. So be due diligence ready is what my advice would be.
Well, Mr. Malik, it was wonderful talking to you. I'm glad you gave us some of your time to, bestow upon us some valuable information and insights to who you are and where you've come from and where you are at the moment. It was wonderful talking to you.